So I recently saw a Sunny V2 video talking about how EA killed like the PvZ franchise. The thumbnail with the pea shooter on fire, and it's just hell right there. I watched like the first minute 30 seconds of the video. I couldn't finish it just because I didn't enjoy the voice. His voice wasn't like music to my ears. Sorry about that, but it got me thinking about like that question: is PvZ really dead? I'm gonna look at the stats in like a moment here, but I do want to point out like I've been playing PvZ for like a long time now at this point, if you don't mind me showing you. Yeah, you can even see the scratch marks of all like the different like where all the seeds would be. You know what I mean? Like if you play the actual game, this is where all the seeds would be, like at the top, so you just scratch them and pull them down. Yeah, I've been playing the game for a long time now. I've played like almost every game in the series: PvZ1, PvZ2, Garden Warfare 2, PvZ Heroes, the PvZ 3 beta. So I have a pretty strong connection to the game, and I have a grasp on where the community is at the very least like right now. And what kind of bothers me is like when people try to comment or like talk about the PvZ franchise when they haven't been in the actual hardcore community, like at the very least like to the level that I have, so I can actually speak on this kind of topic. And I don't know if Sunny V2 is secretly like a huge PvZ fan, I don't know, but I want to give my take on the subject. So let's actually look at the numbers. Here on Steam charts, we can see all time, PvZ actually kind of grew in popularity over the years, peaking at around 16,000 at once, and around a few thousand kind of teetering off in 2024. So the first PvZ game is like still around, and I'm pretty sure it's, you know, mainly because it's a great game. Like if you're like, you know, about my age, about 20-ish something, it's still a great game. If you haven't played it, please go play it. It's a great game. It's like a very like harmless game to play. In the mobile space as well, I'm not sure if it's that huge because I mean PvZ1, it's been so long. It's also a relatively slow game. Like kids these days that are brain rotted and have TikTok brain might not have the patience to play the first PvZ game, which I don't blame them. I mean, I get it. That's one factor to consider. If you look at PvZ Garden Warfare 2, the numbers are, I mean, 1,000 or so, peaking in around, I don't know what happened here. I'll be honest. I don't know what this section is, but the game has been around for a long time as well. Now, Garden Warfare 2, I know on PC is basically dead. The other day I was trying to play it and I just could not find a full lobby. Maybe you found some, maybe if you're a PvZ Garden Warfare 2 player, you may have found some full lobbies. But on PC, I've never really found like a full lobby, and you know the last time I played, it was like 2 or 4 people. Like it was not that big. But on console, I know the game is still pretty big. Like you can easily find a full lobby if you play like the mixed mode on Garden Warfare 2. The game is really good still. It's one of my favorite shooters of all time. It's not too competitive, but it's also like not too like it's not full of itself. Like it knows it's a silly game, but it's still really fun. And a lot of outsiders tend to like look at the PvZ franchise and like open the game up, and like the first thing they see is like, oh, the microtransactions and the store. And we get it. Like it's EA. They're a greedy company, and it's very annoying. But as a PvZ player myself, Garden Warfare is not like a pay to win game. They made it pay to win because you can buy like you know, good characters, but you can unlock all the good characters like just by playing the game. You're not required at all to pay for anything. And to be honest, that did kind of ruin like the multiplayer in a sense, where now newbies are getting these really good characters, or really like unique characters, and they don't have the skill to show for it. Now if we move on with the series, we see Battle for Neighborville has even worse numbers. Like the game was bad. The game was supposed to be a cash cow. If you know anything about the PvZ franchise, there are certain like I guess conversations, leaks that happened a while back where PvZ Battle for Neighborville was supposed to be the cash cow, the next cash cow for EA, and then it just completely flopped. You know, that kind of killed the game franchise in a sense. This is like one of the last games released for the franchise, I'm pretty sure. You know, Battle for Neighborville, don't buy it. It's just a bad game. It's just not good. And now I don't have the numbers for PvZ2, which is, you know, the second game in the franchise. It's a mobile exclusive game, and it's riddled with microtransactions, which again, you're not required to use. It's annoying that they made it so freemium in the first place, but that's just the world we live in at this point. It's EA. I don't know how to track the numbers of PvZ2, but if we look at the fact that it's free, the fact that it's getting constant updates still after like what, 10 plus years, at least tells me that there's a decent player base behind this game that motivates PopCap or EA to keep updating it. The quality of those updates have been getting stagnant because the plants themselves, the things that they're adding to the game, have been like worse in quality. Like they're objectively worse in quality. If you look at the plants from the earliest versions of the game to plants that are released you know, within the past couple of years at this point, there's a clear like difference in like animation quality. And after that, if you look at PvZ 3, we've had like 3 betas at this point. It's a huge mess. The PvZ community is not happy about it because of how it's like PvZ, but it has like homescape mechanics now, which it sucks. I'm of the opinion that this is like the last game in the franchise, at least for a long time, until like EA decides to change their mind, PopCap gives PvZ to a different company, or they have some like leadership changes in the company. I believe this is like the last like nail in the coffin for the franchise, at least for now. And PvZ Heroes is a game like literally like only 2 people on YouTube actually make content about, me and some other guy, Fry Him Up. I'm the better YouTuber, by the way, but still, I'm kidding. But PvZ Heroes hasn't got like a huge update in like a long time. It got a balance patch a couple months ago, but like 6 years before that, we had nothing. There was like a 6-year period where we just had no updates, no word, nothing. Like we know for a fact that there's literally just a bot that runs the game at EA headquarters. There's no one working on it except for like the guys that made the update. But still, like if there are no content updates, then no one is actually working on the game, and it's just a bot that, you know, keeps the competitive seasons moving forward. And if you look at the Twitch category for PvZ Heroes on Twitch, you'll see that there's barely anyone ever streaming it, and when people are, it's very low numbers at the very least. There is no interest in PvZ Heroes as there may have been when the game first released. So all of this to say, where are we at now? Unless there's some leadership changes or PopCap or EA decides to sell PvZ to a different company, I don't see this franchise getting the love that it deserves. But is the Plants vs. Zombies franchise dead? I put it this way. It's more like an old friend, not doing much since you last saw him, but all you have is good memories of him, a sort of bittersweetness. You don't know if you can reach out to him or if he's doing okay now, but you're happy for the time you had with him. And that's what I'll say. Again, this is coming from someone who's been in the community for a long time, someone who knows about the community. So if anyone has a reasonable say on where the state of the game is right now, it's at the very least me or someone else who's been playing the game for, you know, just as long as I have. So yeah, thank you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.